I'm Dr. Shetlin. I'm trying to get some data together to go over the 6 separate vandalizations that happened at our home in South Jordan. The fourth of the 6 was our house, where it was shot in the window and the front panel. We lived on the corner here. Shannon's truck was out front because it didn't fit in the garage, and was shot twice facing this direction in the windows and twice facing the other direction in the windows. A nice big open street, garbage cans on the side of the street where the garbage man asked us to put them, not in somebody's yard, in the street. And the window in question where all these shots had come from, the trajectory lines up. We lived on the corner, and the truck was shot twice in the driveway. The garbage man couldn't make this corner and get our garbage cans, so he asked us years and years ago to put them across the street so he could get a straight shot coming back, getting all the other neighbors and our garbage. It was much easier for him. So we complied and did what he asked. He said, don't put them here in the front. Don't put them here. And of course, you don't put them in front of your driveway. But especially in the winter, it's just too icy. But all year long, it's hard for him to make the corner. So I'd put him across the street. Mike put the truck here at this time of this taking the pictures because I think he was just mad at us. One day I come home at lunch and the garbage cans are up on the grass, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my kids who always put out the garbage must have made a mistake. I got to go apologize to Dion and move those garbage cans. But in fact, Michael had done that so the garbage man would not pick up our garbage. And as I was over there putting them back in the street, he came at me with a shovel, cussing, I know the laws, you can't put your garbage cans on our side of the street, and just being really weird. So that's where the police reports start. You need to know the victim, Shannon, who was a wonderful woman. She was deaf, couldn't hear a thing. She was a great sister, mother, daughter, wife, but she was fighting cancer. And she'd just come back from Mexico with a clean bill of health, saying, hey, I think you got this beat. And these shootings started, which super stressed her out. And the cancer came back the next year, and we ended up losing her. Now, I'm not blaming this all on this, but it's a factor. As a doctor, your immune system is compromised under stress, and she felt unsafe in her own home. The first shooting took place July 19th, and you can see through the hole in the window that it lines up with the window in the basement. This was on the passenger or the driver's side rear window. She cleans it up. She's crying when she texts me, turns the truck around, and then that night, the only time it was shot in the dark, it was shot on the driver's side. She's cleaning it up, thinking, who would do this to me? Don't they know I'm fighting cancer and I'm deaf and this is so scary? Then she parks in the driveway, and the rear window is shot out. She's very stressed out over this stuff. And, we're telling the police and hiring a private investigator. Well, while the truck's in the shop, our house is actually shot, the front window and the front wood panel. You can see through the hole in the window, lines up perfectly trajectory-wise with the window in the basement. If you need to pause to read any of this, but the window was not covered. Still was a very concealed area. But on the morning of the 14th, Mike and Dion were out covering up the grid with statues and plants and stuff, making it even more hidden as far as I'm concerned. So here you can see them out in the morning of the 14th doing gardening and covering up the window. Again, pause if you need to read anything. So the morning was spent of the 14th gardening and covering up this window. The afternoons they were running errands, and then at the evening they came back, and from this nice little stealth spot, another shot took place. And the back window was shot out again after having it and the other windows repaired earlier. Mike got home about 6:36. I got home shortly thereafter, just a couple minutes after him, and then by 6:46 the video shows that the truck window was shot out. It's about 15 seconds in. You'll hear the crash of the glass and it dropping between the cab and the bed. There's no other place with a trajectory that could do this during broad daylight other than that window. Now when I come out, I didn't notice that the window had been shot when I take out the garbage. I started taking out the garbage so that the kids wouldn't have to be confronted by Michael. And as I take out the garbage and then turn the truck around to load things from the garage, that's when I noticed that the rear window was broken again. so the picture is taken with the truck turned around, because I took the picture after turning the truck around. Pardon the typo. The sixth vandalization is interesting because I had video footage of, and I can find it. This has been a year and a half, so it's around somewhere. I've lost it for now. Of Michael leaving Dion's house in his Acura, and then he's caught on camera from Les Schwab, their back camera, coming into our parking lot for South Jordan Chiropractic. Now we'd moved the practice to the south end of the building where we had the practice and the car parked out back. But as Michael pulls in his Acura, the cameras from Les Schwab see him. He comes behind the building, and then the front window was shot on the Tesla as it was parked next to the building. This is what he would see from that line of sight driving from behind the building. I don't know if he kept going or turned here, but I believe, according to the police report, he went down around the building and was caught by Les Schwab video again. We have to check that. Intersection there, you can see it's pretty big and open, and this is what he would have seen taking two more shots, one at the Tesla and one that hits the window of the building. The one in the building's still there. I haven't repaired that yet. The Tesla one, I didn't notice when I hopped in the car, started driving, that change of air pressure bulged the window out. In summary, the police have an amazing report. It's 40 pages going over these 6 different happenings, and they also have the footage from his camera, from his phone, showing that he has before and after pictures of each event, as well as proving that he was not where he said he was during the Tesla shooting at the office, at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever it was, and that his camera is missing 40 minutes of time video right around that time. They have amazing data. The police and the private investigators did a great job on this case. I hope this has been helpful.